What's up, everybody? So I just got back from Bend, Oregon, where I shot a campaign. I can't tell you what that campaign is yet. It'll be out in like a month or so, but I can share with you some of the screen grabs from some of the video I shot. Bend, Oregon is absolutely stunning. Just some incredible locations. Every morning we woke up at like 3:30 so that we could make it to a lake or a waterfall or an overlook for a sunrise, and it was absolutely incredible. Actually, the last day, the day I flew out, Friday, we woke up at 2:45 because in order to get to this overlook at Smith Rock State Park by 5 a.m. when sunrise and first light hits, we had to be up super early and on the trail. This trail was called Misery Ridge for good reason. If you've been following me for a while, you know how much I love taking my cameras up into the mountains and shooting sunrises. So this was not something I was opposed to. People weren't dragging me, kicking and screaming. I was eagerly looking forward to this hike and this view, but that doesn't mean that it didn't suck. Misery Ridge is aptly named. It is a short hike, but it's insanely steep. And with a 40-pound pack on, let's just say it kind of kicked my ass.
I know you guys can't see it, and that's because it's pitch black out here. But we're gonna hike to the top of that ridge. I mean, look at that. All right, so that sucked getting up here. That was a real chore.
As a former personal trainer and professional athlete, I think there's a time and a place for suffering. I'm all for putting my camera gear in a camera bag, even if it's 50 pounds, waking up super early and hiking up the side of a mountain face for that sunrise shot. I'm all for the suffering that comes with that because you earn it. But when you've got a timeline and you've got to get a shot and you've got to get back down the mountain and get more shots, well, anything that can help you do that better and easier, I'm all for. And that's why I think this next product will be of interest to you, because it certainly was to me. This is the Hypershell X Ultra S. It is a next-gen exoskeleton, and it might just be your best friend the next time you decide to hike up a mountain with a heavy-ass camera bag. Hypershell X Ultra S Next Gen Exoskeleton is made of titanium carbon fiber. It's TUV verified, SGS certified, 39% physical exertion, less physical exertion, 360-degree all-around comfort, 30 kilometers times 2 ultra-long battery life. This is the most gnarly version Hypershell makes. It retails for $19.99. That's not $20. That's $1,999. Inside, we've got a carrying case. It's actually kind of a fancy carrying case. Oh, man. Oh, that feels real good. Holy smokes. I will say that just upon like first inspection, first impressions, this looks really nice. And the foam on the inside of the leg is really nice. Even this material right here, like some of the outdoor focus, like technical backpacks, this feels like the material that they use for the webbing that kind of goes over the shoulder straps that you would put like your water bottle in. Like all the materials right now look and feel very, very good. I'm really impressed with this. So these would obviously go around or just above your knees or just below your knees. I'll have to see. Here's the, whoa, okay. So the inside of this belt, it's got this like, not sticky, but grabby material. So you've got a really plush, thick padding. Two sides. Oh, it's a Velcro. So you could technically take this off and move it to adjust it if you needed to. Let's go to the app. Whop. We verify it. We have the X Ultra S. So we're gonna hit next. Wearing guide, start. Fully charge the battery before first use. Firmly insert the battery into the slot under the hip lever. We got to put in our height, which is 6'1". Confirm our weight, which is 200. Search for my device. Oh, well, let's charge everything up and then we'll get to that process. All right. I have a fully charged battery here for the Hypershell. I figured, why not come to a desolate, isolated place where I could put this on and run around like an idiot and nobody would see me. This feels like it fits the bill. Anyway, we're gonna plop this battery on, put it on, go through the startup sequence, get it all calibrated, and I will give you my first impressions. All right, the first thing it's telling me to do, given my measurements in the app, it's saying that I need to pull out the hip lever belts, these things, to the number 5. So there's the number 5. I'll clamp that down. Okay, that's going here. Gotta get this tight. It says snug. That's definitely not snug. I will say that most good hiking packs and bags, you tighten by pulling this way and not back. And I would love to see a version where you do that, because this is incredibly difficult right now. There we go. I got it. But that wasn't, you know, what I would call easy. Pockets need to be empty. And we need to align this down the center of the leg, which I have done. Okay, that's locked in. That's pretty tight. That's down the center. Search my device. Okay, it's searching. Oh, it's already found it. We're gonna connect. Oh, I thought I felt motors going. Adjust power level. There are 4. Oh, what the weird? Holy shit, that is weird. Okay, we're gonna need more room for activities. We gotta try. It's telling me to go through all of these different things, but I need to set up a different camera angle so you can see this, because this is wacky shit. This is so weird. It's like, it's helping. It's kind of hard to move naturally right now, but I'm starting to get used to it. This is such a weird sensation because it's doing the work for me in some ways. Oh, this is so strange. This is such a strange feeling. Okay, give me a second here. All right. Here is the POV of what's happening right now. And it is working. This is so strange. Okay, so the more I walk around, the more normal it feels. There's definitely some adjusting that I need to do. Like, I don't think these are quite as tight as they should be. I have little chicken legs too, so this is maybe a bit tough. The hips feel good. It's very comfortable though. It's just a weird sensation having this thing kind of move you around. This is very odd. Like, it's very odd. It's fun. This is super fun. I am kind of worried about how high this comes up. Like, will a camera backpack even work with this? And as I suspected, this hits here. You can see it. This might be tough with the pack. Let's strap this up. Let's get this tighter. Pull this down. So now I'm secure. Well, the bag feels okay. It is kind of pressing into my tailbone a little bit. Like, the battery pack and the bottom of the unit is pushing into my coccyx. We were at eco 50%. Now we're at 100. Holy shnikes. Man, on a flat ground, this feels weird because it's kind of like lifting your leg. It's really doing a lot of the work. And again, I don't think the fit is perfect. I think once I get the fit down, it's gonna feel a lot better, but it almost makes this bag feel like it's not even there. I think we're gonna step it up. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a jog. Oh wow, I feel weird. This thing feels more natural running than it does walking. This is so unusual. You know that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Where that guy just keeps running, and all of a sudden he's right there. I feel like that's what this is about to be. I feel like Matt Damon in Bourne Identity. He just can run forever. All right, let's do this. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. High knees, deep sand. There is a limit. They should make a documentary on me. And I, being someone of exceptional physical capability, have found that limit. Basically, when I ran so fast, it just like gave up. It was like, bro, you're too fast. So if you go too fast, if you're too awesome, like me, it might shut off. It still works. It's just back in eco mode now. Initial impressions, 2 thumbs up. If nothing else, it's just fun to wear. It's really fun to wear. I gotta get fit right because it's very loose here. And I will say, like, I've got weirdly skinny legs. I always have, even though I was pretty athletic at one point and I could jump really high. I never had mass, just elasticity, good tendon strength. So all joking aside, I actually did quite a bit of running here to get all the different views and all the different B-roll. And I'm really not that cardiovascularly wiped. I'm breathing heavy, but I don't feel wiped. This actually did a lot more in terms of assistance than I thought it was gonna do. I pushed the limits of what a person could do on the flat. The true test comes from a heavy bag and an incline, because that's what I'm interested in doing. Going to the top of a mountain and shooting and coming back home and having this thing help me on the decline. So not just going up, but also coming down. So I've got a good hike for that where we get a nice view of the entire city. It's a 4-mile hike. It's not too bad. It is very steep though. And this time of year, it's gonna be, you know, hot. All right, good morning. I threw a bit of an audible. I'm at a different hike than what I was going to do. You see, Salt Lake City has been experiencing a bit of a heat wave. Actually, that's an understatement. We had the hottest day ever recorded, 109 degrees. That's just not right. So I decided to come up to a lake hike. It's a little bit shorter, but it's every bit as steep, and the payoff is much better. But it's also much higher in altitude, so it's a little cooler. It's like 55 degrees right now, which is nice,
but it's gonna hit 90 in like an hour. So I gotta get a move on. Anyway, got all my gear, made a lot of noise, and I got the X Ultra S that we're gonna throw on, and yeah, get after it. One thing that I've learned from using this is that fit is like the most important thing. And this thing has a lot of adjustability to make fit easy. However, I don't have too many critiques of the X Ultra S, but I do have a few. And here they are. One, I would like a better buckle, something a little bit more robust. It's plastic and it'll probably hold up fine, but if I could get a metal buckle, that would just give me a little more confidence. More important than that is the webbing. The webbing they use isn't very supple. It's pretty stiff and it will take a little while to break in. A more supple and a more robust webbing would be nice. It would just make adjusting easier, but the biggest complaint I have is if you ever get a really good hiking pack, they do not adjust like this. They adjust like this because you're far more efficient in this movement than you are this way. Like, it's really difficult to adjust this thing to the tightness level that I need doing it this way. If I could just do this, problem solved. That's about it. That's all the qualms that I have with it. It's insanely comfortable. Even though it is a fairly hefty unit, because it's made out of carbon fiber, it's quite lightweight. It's not cumbersome at all. But that's it. Those are my only qualms. I guess I should put a battery on there. I totally forgot. Actually, that's another thing I would like to see is a battery indicator on the battery. Right now, I can't tell what the battery is. I'm pretty sure it's full until I stick it on the unit and like turn it on. And it's full, so that's good. Also, I brought an extra battery, but I won't need it because you get up to 30 kilometers worth of juice out of one battery if you're in eco mode. Way more than what we need today. All right, let's do this. I also decided to come. Here's something that is both a critique and a positive. The power button, you can change modes on there. Right now I'm in eco mode. I could go up to max mode, but I don't need to. But if I wanted to change, I'd use this tiny little power button and I would have to stop what I'm doing. It's very difficult to kind of look down, get to it, and change modes while I'm walking. If I don't want to stop though, here's the positive. That was the critique. I can use the app. I didn't realize this. I don't know why I didn't realize, but yeah, you can just hop into the app, change modes super fast. I have my phone on me anyway for the trail. So good work on Hypershell on being able to change the modes in 2 different locations. That's definitely a benefit. All right, so we got to a level spot. It's nice and give my heart a breather. Speaking of hearts, the X Ultra S has actually been TUV and SGS certified. What does this mean to you? It means that it's been tested and certified to lower users' average heart rate by 42%, which is quite a bit, and it lowers oxygen consumption by 39%. This means that while you're using it, you'll experience less of a cardiovascular load, meaning it's just easier to do the same amount of work. This is why if I had it for Misery Trail, that'd have been real nice. And it's also the only exoskeleton to get those certifications. It's the only prosumer exoskeleton to get those certifications. All right, we are about to hit the steep stuff. We are about ready to make the ascent. So I think I'm gonna move out of eco mode into its max power mode. So let's hop into the app and do that. That's how easy it is. In an environment like this, like I don't want to be slowed down. Like I need something that can keep up with me. Hypershell calls it hyperintuition. It just means that within milliseconds, me moving my legs, it's assisting me, which is great because I don't want to be slowed down when I'm doing something like that. All right, we did it. I knew I would. I've hiked this trail many times, and I would say it's medium. It's not hard because it's short. It's steep in some spots, but it's definitely not summiting Everest. That would be the true test. Speaking of Everest and true tests, Hypershell has done that. Hypershell helped somebody summit Everest. And out of all of the stats that I could give you, that's probably the most impressive. Nobody in their right mind would use a thing like this and the added weight it carries, even though it's light, because summiting Everest, every gram matters. Nobody would use it if it didn't work. I think the fact that they've made it to the summit of Everest speaks way more, or is a testament, a greater testament than anything I could show you in this video. Oh, we got some guys out fishing. That's cool. I'm eventually gonna have to go back down. I'm gonna have to descend, and thankfully, Hypershell has added a descent mode to help with those eccentrics, which is really nice, because, yeah, I don't want my legs to blow up after I'm done with this. Right here, I can select downhill, and now I am ready to go. Also, I just got this new travel tripod from Newer. Dude, it's so good, especially for the money. It was like $300, I want to say, and it's probably better than my $800 Peak design. Very good. I need to talk about this. See the deer? Yep, he's just checking me out. One other thing about descent mode, and I guess you would call this a critique, but it would be a pretty easy fix. So much of what this thing is doing is it's measuring your gait, and within milliseconds, it's adjusting. It works, in my experience, way better on the flat or uphill. On a descent, it also works. Like right now, I'm just on a trail and my gait is very consistent. And so it's adjusting so fast and it's subtle, but you can feel it and it's working. When I hit sections of the trail that were not consistent, where you're kind of shimmying down rocks and your gait is kind of sporadic, this thing would kick in at weird, awkward times and it would feel awkward. It wasn't bad. You didn't feel like you were gonna trip and fall and hurt yourself. It just wasn't nearly as consistent as this right now. And I think it's pretty easy fix where they just need to tweak algorithms. But other than that, really enjoyable experience. All right, well, we made it. Let's power this thing down. So yeah, all in all, a very easy and enjoyable experience, to be honest. I think that's a big takeaway from here. Something like this could be cumbersome and get in your way, and it didn't at all. I actually really enjoyed using it, and it definitely made a difference. So I'm gonna pack up, head home, shower, change, and then we'll wrap this up. I'll give you my overall opinions on my experience using an exoskeleton, specifically the Hypershell X Ultra S.
All right, let's talk about the X Ultra S, this incredibly niche but incredibly useful piece of tech. I'm gonna set this down. The thing works. It's really freaking cool. It does take some getting used to. Fit is absolutely the most important part of this. When I first tried it on and I was experimenting out at Stansbury Island, I didn't quite have the fit right. I didn't have the cuffs tight enough. I didn't have them low enough down my leg. The 2-finger measurement that it gives you above the kneecap was quite a bit higher than that. And sometimes it would make for a jerky motion. Once I dialed that in, it became very intuitive and just very natural. It does not pick up your leg for you. It does not initiate the movement. You start the movement and then it helps with that movement, if that makes sense. And it's really quite remarkable how quickly it adapts to the movements that you make. So it doesn't get stuck in a very staccato pattern. Like if you pick up speed, it picks up speed. If you slow down, it slows down. So, and it even worked in reverse. When I tried doing some backpedaling, it worked there. So it absolutely works. It takes, especially if you put it in like the hyper mode and you dump all the power into it, lifting that heavy bag up the hill was not nearly as hard as it should have been. So that's the first reason why I really enjoyed it and I'm excited to hold on to it. The second reason is the novelty of it. I'm not above having something for just a little bit of novelty. Like I can definitely see myself getting a kick out of putting this on my friends. Like if I grabbed Rome's or Meshna and I was like, hey, you guys also like doing this? Go try this out. I bet they would get a kick out of it, and I would take a lot of pleasure watching them like figure this thing out for the first 15 or 20 minutes. I think that's fun. So Hypershell, thank you so much for sending me this and for sponsoring this episode. Yes, this is a niche product within a niche industry, but it does serve a purpose and it does work, and it works really well. If you've got any questions about the Hypershell X Ultra S or any of their other exoskeletons, because they do have a line, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you found this video entertaining or insightful at all, please make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing. Hell, you can even share this video with a friend that also likes to hike and shoot photos. So thanks again for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.